and welcome to Back Care Advent. Today we're going to be doing a stretch that is focusing on the gluteus group. So everybody feels this in an ever so slightly different place, depending on what you've done, your history and all these kinds of things. The main muscle that we're trying to target here is a little one. It's called the piriformis, and it sits around here, and it's about that big in fact. And its job is rotation of the femur and stability of the femur through gait. So as we're walking and running and doing those things, making sure our leg doesn't just woohoo go all the way around. So it has a really quite important job role. And often when I treat people for back pain, it is very often the piriformis is the one that's over facilitated or working a little bit harder than the musculature surrounding it. So you imagine the gluteus maximus is absolutely massive. So we need to incorporate that a little bit more. And so wind down or down regulate the piriformis and up regulate the glutes. So this movement pattern or this stretch, let's say, does both of those things if we can be active with the stretch. So it's called a pretzel stretch. Other people might call it something else. Doesn't matter, this is what we're going to call it. So we're going to start sitting down, legs out straight in front of you. Okay, you're going to take one leg, squeeze this up and in, trying to keep the other leg nice and long. Cross this leg over, keeping your foot flat and trying to keep both bum cheeks on the floor. Now for some people, what will happen, because you're quite inhibited through the hip, is that you'll have to lean and you'll feel like you're coming off the floor. So try to actively push. So this might be enough for you. And if your chest is nice and tall and you're sitting in a nice straight position, that's absolutely brilliant. If you want to gain a little bit more of a stretch, we need to add a twist. So this is my left leg, so I will take my right arm and turn myself away to gain a little bit more stretch with both of my bum cheeks touching the floor. And if that still feels okay, then we can try and tuck the other leg underneath and now add in the twist and push your bum down into that floor. And you'll notice that that becomes really quite powerful. Good job. And relax and then untwist yourself. And now we'll do the other side. So lengthen the legs, tuck one leg in, chest nice and high, it goes up and over. This might be enough for you. I'm actively pushing this bottom down into the floor. I'm twisting and I'm still pushing down. It's the pushing down, the active part of the stretch, that is essential for that reintegration of the correct forces between the muscle groups. And then if you want more stretch, tuck that leg down and underneath, pushing down with the bottom, keeping the chest nice and high, and hold it here. That's why it's called a pretzel stretch, because when you're in the full version here, you look somewhat like a pretzel. Breathe. Each time you exhale, try and push down. So you're pushing this bottom, this leg down into the floor. And then we untwist, 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 lengthen, completely relax. And when you come back up to a standing position, or at least start moving normally again, everything will feel a little bit more responsive, not just freer, but more responsive, so that that pull that the piriformis is doing versus the glutes becomes more balanced.